Philosophies Revived.
Have you ever woken up feeling like the weight of the world is already on your shoulders, even though your day hasn't even started? You're not lazy and you're not broken, yet it feels like no matter how much you rest, you can't shake off this constant fatigue. It's like running on a treadmill that's slowly speeding up, and no matter how hard you try, you're always a step away from falling flat on your face. Sound familiar? This isn't just you. It's all of us. This exhaustion isn't natural, it's engineered. And here's the kicker, it's not your fault. It's the system. A system so intricately designed that it feels like it's part of life itself. You know what I'm talking about. The grind, the hustle, the unrelenting demand to do more, to be more. They've sold us a lie that this is just how life is supposed to be. But what if it's not? Let's peel back the layers of this illusion. From the moment you were born, you were thrust into a system that takes more from you than it ever gives back. Sure, it doesn't steal your wallet outright, but it does something far more insidious. It siphons your energy, your time, and your focus, all while convincing you that it's normal. But it's not normal. It's a well-oiled machine designed to extract every ounce of life force you have and leave you feeling like there's no other way. Think of it like a magician's trick. The hand you're watching, the one distracting you, isn't the one doing the real work. The real trick is happening behind the curtain. The system works the same way. It gives you flashy distractions, news, entertainment, social media, and a never-ending stream of noise. Meanwhile, behind the curtain, it's siphoning off your energy, your focus, and even your happiness. And the most brilliant part, you don't even notice it's happening. So, here's the hard truth. We're not tired because we're weak. We're tired because we're being drained. The system isn't broken, it's working exactly as intended. It's a game, and it's rigged against you. But there's a way out. Once you understand how the system works, you can begin to break free. Breaking free doesn't mean quitting your job and moving to a remote cabin, although that does sound tempting, doesn't it? It means reclaiming what's been taken from you. Your energy, your focus, your life. It starts with awareness, seeing the game for what it really is. Then, it's about taking deliberate steps to opt out, little by little, until you're no longer a pawn in their game. And make no mistake, the fact that you're here, reading this, means you've already taken the first step. Something inside you knows that life isn't supposed to feel like this. That constant exhaustion, that sense of being stuck, isn't normal. It's a signal that you're waking up. And that's powerful. Over the next few sections, we're going to dive deep into how the system works, how it drains you, and most importantly, how you can take your power back. This isn't about conspiracy theories or doom and gloom. It's about empowerment. You are not powerless, and you are not alone. The system may be vast, but it's not invincible. And once you stop feeding it, it begins to crumble. So, are you ready? Ready to see the game for what it is and start living life on your own terms? Because once you open your eyes, there's no going back. And trust me, that's a good thing. Let's get started. The system is rigged. Let's cut straight to the point. This world wasn't designed for your success or happiness. From the moment you took your first breath, you were born into a system that's not just flawed, it's rigged. You were handed a roadmap, a so-called path to success. It told you to go to school, get good grades, land a stable job, work hard, and someday, if you're lucky, you'll get to live the good life. But here's the catch. The system is designed so that someday never comes. Think about it. How many people do you know who followed the rules to the letter and still ended up feeling stuck? They did everything they were told, graduated with honors, worked tirelessly, bought the house, started the family. And yet, they're barely making ends meet, drowning in stress, and wondering where it all went wrong. Is this the life that was promised? Of course not, because the promise was never real to begin with. The system is like a casino. Sure, you might win a little here and there, just enough to keep you playing. But the house always wins. The odds are stacked against you, and the game is rigged so that no matter how hard you try, you can never truly get ahead. It's not because you're not smart enough or hardworking enough. It's because the system wasn't built for you to win. It was built to keep you running, chasing, and grinding while someone else reaps the rewards. Let's take a closer look at how this rigged game works. Start with your job. Most of us spend the best hours of our day, the best years of our life, trading our energy for a paycheck. And what does that paycheck get you? Enough to survive, sure, but never enough to thrive. Rent, bills, groceries, by the time you've covered the basics, there's little left. And if you're lucky enough to save a little, inflation eats away at it faster than you can add to it. But it doesn't stop there. The system has found ways to monetize every aspect of your existence. Healthcare, expensive. Education, a lifetime of debt. Even your leisure time is a commodity, with streaming services, apps, and subscriptions draining your wallet and your attention. They call it convenience, but it's really just another way to keep you hooked. And let's not forget the illusion of choice. They tell you that you're free, that you have options. You can choose your career, your leaders, your lifestyle. But dig a little deeper, and you'll see that the choices are an illusion. Take politics, for example. Every few years, you're asked to pick a side, to vote for this party or that candidate. It feels monumental, like your decision will change the world. But does it? No matter who wins, the system stays the same. The rich get richer, the powerful stay in power, and the rest of us are left playing the same losing game. Even consumerism is part of the trap. You're bombarded with ads telling you that happiness is just one purchase away. A new phone, a bigger TV, the latest gadget. It'll all make you feel better, right? Wrong, because the satisfaction is fleeting and the cycle begins again. They've turned you into a perpetual consumer, always chasing, never content. So why does the system work so well? Because it's invisible. The chains are psychological, not physical. You're not locked in a prison cell. You're locked in a mindset. You believe that this is just how life is. But it's not. Life doesn't have to be a constant grind. You don't have to accept exhaustion and scarcity as normal. Here's the truth. The system only works because you participate in it. It relies on your energy, your focus, and your compliance. The moment you stop playing their game, the system begins to crack. But breaking free isn't easy. It requires awareness, courage, and action. It means questioning everything you've been taught and rebuilding your life on your own terms. And that's exactly what we're going to do. In the next sections, we'll dive into the tactics they use to keep you trapped, and more importantly, how you can reclaim your power. The game may be rigged, but you don't have to keep playing. Stay with me. Your freedom is closer than you think. What they don't want you to see. Have you ever stopped to wonder why you're constantly bombarded with distractions? Why every app, every headline, and every new trend seems to demand your immediate attention? It's not by accident. The truth is, we live in a system that thrives on your energy. Not just the physical energy you expend, but your mental focus, your emotions, and your time. These are the real currencies of our age, and the system has been designed to harvest them without you even realizing it. Here's the thing, your energy is finite. You wake up each day with a limited supply, like a phone battery that starts at 100%. Ideally, you'd use that energy for things that matter: building relationships, pursuing your passions, and taking care of yourself. But instead, you're drained by endless notifications, emails, and tasks. By the time you sit down to think about what you want, there's nothing left. This isn't a coincidence. The system has been engineered to keep you perpetually exhausted and distracted. Think about social media, for example. These platforms are designed with one goal: to keep you scrolling. Every like, every comment, every share is a tiny hit of dopamine, a chemical reward that keeps you coming back for more. But while you're scrolling, they're profiting from your time, your data, and your attention. And it's not just social media. The news cycle operates the same way. Have you noticed how every headline seems to scream urgency? Every story feels like the world is ending, demanding your immediate concern. Why? Because fear keeps you engaged. It hijacks your brain, making you more likely to click, share, and stay glued to the screen. Meanwhile, advertisers are paying big money to get in front of your eyeballs. Your fear is their revenue stream. But the most insidious part, they've made this feel normal. You wake up, check your phone, scroll through notifications, and think this is just life. But it's not. It's a carefully constructed system designed to keep you reactive, not reflective. When you're busy reacting to the latest crisis or trend, you don't have time to question the system itself, and that's exactly how they want it. Now, let's talk about choice, or rather, the illusion of it. From the outside, it seems like we have endless options. You can choose what to buy, what to watch, even who to vote for. But dig a little deeper, and you'll see that most of these choices are superficial. Take politics, for instance. Every few years, you're asked to pick a side, left or right, red or blue. It feels empowering, like your voice matters. But does it really? Regardless of who wins, the system remains intact. The same corporations, the same elites, the same power structures stay in control. And what about consumerism? Every ad, every product, every marketing campaign is designed to convince you that happiness is just one purchase away. A new car, a bigger house. The latest gadget, it'll solve all your problems, right? Wrong. Because the moment you buy it, the cycle starts again. They've convinced you that you're incomplete, that you need more, and they profit from your dissatisfaction. Even your identity has been commodified. From the moment you're born, you're labeled by your nationality, your religion, your gender. These labels become walls, separating you from others and keeping you in a box. When you identify too strongly with these labels, you become easier to control. You see the world in terms of us versus them, and while you're busy fighting your neighbor, the system continues to operate in the background. Here's what they don't want you to know. None of this is natural. Humans aren't meant to live in a constant state of distraction, fear, and division. We're meant to connect, to create, and to thrive. But the system doesn't want you thriving, it wants you drained. Because a drained, distracted person is easier to manipulate. The good news? Once you see the game, you can stop playing. You can reclaim your energy, your focus, and your life. But it starts with awareness. You have to recognize the traps before you can avoid them. And that's what we're here to do. So, let's keep peeling back the curtain. Because the deeper you go, the clearer the truth becomes. Stay with me. This is just the beginning. In the next section, we'll dive into their most powerful weapon, fear. And more importantly, how to disarm it. Fear as a weapon. Fear. It's the oldest, most effective tool in the playbook of control. Fear is primal. It's wired deep into our brains, a survival mechanism designed to keep us safe from danger. But what happens when this instinct is weaponized? When fear becomes a tool not to protect you, but to manipulate you? Let's start with what fear does to your brain. When you're afraid, your body floods with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals sharpen your focus, but only on immediate threats. Your body is primed for fight or flight. Long-term thinking, gone. Creativity, blocked. You're left in a reactive state, unable to think critically. This response was great when we were dodging predators in the wild. But today, those predators aren't lions. They're manufactured threats, designed to hijack your attention. Look around. Every headline, every breaking news alert, every ad, what do they have in common? They're all designed to provoke fear. Fear of missing out. Fear of being left behind. Fear of sickness, of failure, of danger, lurking around every corner. Why? Because fear is profitable. It keeps you glued to the screen, reaching for your wallet, and most importantly, too distracted to question the system itself. Take the news cycle, for example. Have you noticed how every story feels like an emergency? Breaking news isn't just a phrase anymore, it's a constant state. The media thrives on keeping you in a loop of anxiety because anxiety keeps you watching. And the longer you watch, the more ads they can show you. Your fear is their business model. But fear doesn't just keep you engaged, it keeps you compliant. When you're scared, you're more likely to accept things you wouldn't normally tolerate. Surveillance, restrictions, rules that don't make sense, all of it becomes acceptable when you're afraid. The system knows this, and it exploits it masterfully. When fear takes over, questioning stops, and obedience begins. Let's get personal for a moment. Think about the last time you made a decision out of fear. Maybe you stayed in a job you hated because you were afraid of financial instability. Or you bought a product you didn't need because an ad made you feel insecure. Fear narrows your world, shrinking your choices and convincing you that the cage you're in is the only safe place. But it's not safety, it's a trap. And here's the kicker: most of the things you're afraid of aren't even real. They're exaggerated, fabricated, or outright lies designed to control you. Think about how many urgent crises have come and gone, each one claiming to be the most important issue of our time. Did they change your life? Probably not. But they kept you worried, distracted, and dependent. The effects of this constant fear go beyond your mind. Chronic stress, the kind caused by living in a perpetual state of fear, wreaks havoc on your body. It drains your energy, weakens your immune system, and accelerates aging. It's not just psychological, it's physical. Fear is literally stealing your health. So, how do we fight back? The first step is to recognize fear for what it is: a weapon. When you feel it creeping in, pause. Ask yourself, who benefits from me being afraid right now? Is it a company trying to sell you something? A media outlet trying to boost its ratings? A system trying to keep you compliant? Most of the time, the answer isn't you. Next, take back your focus. Fear thrives in the unknown, so bring it into the light. Instead of reacting, analyze. Most fears dissolve when you break them down logically. Shift your energy away from fear-based narratives and towards solutions. Fear only works if you let it dominate your thoughts. And finally, reconnect with what truly matters. Fear isolates you. It makes you feel like you're alone in a dangerous world. But connection, real, human connection, is the antidote. Spend time with loved ones, engage with your community, and surround yourself with positivity. Fear loses its grip when you're grounded in relationships and purpose. Here's the truth they don't want you to know. Fear is only powerful if you believe in it. The moment you see through the illusion, the system begins to lose its hold. You have the power to disarm fear and take back control of your life. And once you do, a whole new world of possibilities opens up. In the next section, we'll tackle another weapon in their arsenal: disconnection. How they isolate you to keep you trapped, and how you can rebuild the connections that truly matter. Stay with me, we're just getting started. The cost of disconnection. Let's talk about something that most of us don't even realize is happening: disconnection. Not the kind where your Wi-Fi cuts out, although that can feel catastrophic these days, but a deeper, more insidious form of disconnection from nature, from others, and even from yourself. The system thrives on this isolation, keeping you cut off from the very things that could restore your energy and give your life meaning. Think about how human beings are wired. We're social creatures, designed to thrive in communities. For thousands of years, our survival depended on strong connections with family, with neighbors, and with the natural world around us. But today, the system has severed those bonds. It's replaced genuine human interaction with digital substitutes, and the effects are devastating. Start with social media. It promised us connection, but delivered the opposite. Sure, you can message friends, share photos, and stay in the loop. But is it real? No, it's a carefully curated reality, one that leaves you feeling more isolated and inadequate than ever. Every post, every like, every comment is designed to keep you engaged, but not connected. And the more time you spend scrolling, the less time you spend building real relationships. Then there's the urban environment. Cities are hailed as hubs of opportunity and innovation, but let's be honest, they're also isolating. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly connected to someone on a crowded subway or walking down a bustling street? Everyone's in their own bubble, earbuds in, eyes glued to their phones. The pace of city life leaves little room for meaningful interaction, and the constant noise, chaos, and overstimulation only add to the sense of alienation. And let's not forget nature, or rather, the lack of it. Humans weren't meant to live surrounded by concrete and glass, breathing polluted air, and spending their days under fluorescent lights. Nature isn't just a backdrop, it's a necessity. Studies have shown that even a short walk in a park can lower stress, boost your mood, and replenish your energy. But in the system's design, nature has become a luxury, something you have to schedule into your life. This disconnection isn't accidental, it's by design. When you're isolated physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you're easier to control. You're less likely to question the system, less likely to resist. Disconnection keeps you dependent on their solutions. More gadgets, more apps, more distractions. And the cycle continues. But the most heartbreaking disconnection, it's the one from yourself. The system keeps you so busy, so distracted, that you rarely have time to sit with your own thoughts. When was the last time you truly asked yourself, what do I want? What do I need? Instead, your time and energy are consumed by what they want from your attention, your money, and your focus. Over time, you lose touch with your intuition, your creativity, and your sense of purpose. So, how do we fight back? How do we reconnect in a world that profits from our isolation? It starts with small, deliberate actions. Reconnect with nature. Make it a priority to spend time outdoors, even if it's just a walk around the block. Leave your phone behind and immerse yourself in the sights, sounds, and smells of the natural world. Feel the sun on your skin, listen to the birds, and breathe in fresh air. These moments of connection can do wonders for your mental and emotional health. Build real relationships. Go beyond likes and comments. Call a friend, visit a neighbor, or share a meal with loved ones. Engage in deep, meaningful conversations. Be fully present. Genuine connection doesn't require a screen. It requires your time and attention. Detox from digital. Take regular breaks from social media and technology. Use that time to read, meditate, or simply sit in silence. The less you rely on digital validation, the more you'll find fulfillment in real-life experiences. Reflect on yourself. Set aside time to reconnect with your inner self. Journal, meditate, or simply sit in quiet contemplation. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What brings me joy? The answers might surprise you, and they'll guide you toward a more authentic life. Rebuild community. Look for ways to connect with others in meaningful ways. Join a local group, volunteer, or participate in community events. When people come together, amazing things can happen. Together, we're stronger than any system designed to divide us. Disconnection might be their tool, but connection is your power. Every step you take to rebuild those bonds with nature, with others, and with yourself is a step toward reclaiming your energy and your life. In the next section, we'll explore another critical piece of the puzzle: how consumerism traps you in an endless cycle of chasing and depletion, and how to break free. Stay tuned. The journey isn't over yet. Reclaiming your energy. Your energy is your life force. It's what powers your thoughts, actions, and emotions. Yet every day, the system drains it slowly, invisibly, and relentlessly. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes in the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it's never enough. But what if you could reclaim your energy, plug the holes, and use your power to build a life on your terms? Let's start by understanding how your energy is stolen. Every aspect of the system, from work to entertainment to consumerism, is designed to deplete you. Work demands your time and effort, often leaving you too exhausted to focus on personal growth. Social media distracts you with endless notifications, robbing you of focus. Consumerism tricks you into believing that happiness lies in the next purchase, keeping you in a constant state of longing. The result? A life that feels like running on a treadmill, always moving but never getting anywhere. But here's the truth: your energy is yours to take back. It starts with awareness and continues with action. Let's break it down into practical steps. Protect your attention. Your attention is one of your most precious resources. Wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. Yet the system is designed to hijack it through flashy ads, endless notifications, and algorithms that keep you scrolling. Every time you give in, you're pouring your energy into something that doesn't serve you. To reclaim your attention, start setting boundaries. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Designate specific times to check emails and social media instead of being constantly available. Create a focus zone where you can work or relax without distractions. Think of your attention as a garden. What you water will grow. Choose carefully. Redefine productivity. The system has conditioned us to equate worth with productivity. The more hours you work, the more valuable you are, or so they say. But this mindset is a trap. It pushes you to overwork and exhaust yourself, leaving little energy for what truly matters. Redefine what productivity means to you. Instead of measuring success by how much you accomplish, focus on how aligned your actions are with your values. Ask yourself, is this task moving me closer to the life I want? Or is it just busy work? Work smarter, not harder. Prioritize quality over quantity. Simplify your life. Consumerism convinces you that more is better. More gadgets, more clothes, more commitments. But more often leads to clutter, both physical and mental. Simplify your life to free up energy for what truly matters. Start by decluttering your space. Get rid of possessions that don't serve a purpose or bring you joy. A clean, organized environment creates mental clarity. Next, simplify your schedule. Stop overcommitting and learn to say no. Focus on the activities and people that energize you, not drain you. Reconnect with your creativity. Your creativity is one of the most powerful ways to reclaim your energy. When you create, whether it's writing, painting, cooking, or building, you're channeling your energy into something meaningful. Yet the system often stifles creativity, replacing it with passive consumption. Make time for creative pursuits, no matter how small. Set aside a creation hour each day where you focus on making something, anything. Don't worry about perfection. The act of creating is what matters. Protect this time fiercely and watch your energy soar. Take control of your time. Time is your most finite resource, yet the system demands more of it every day. Work spills into evenings, notifications interrupt your weekends, and urgent tasks steal your free time. Reclaiming your energy means reclaiming your time. Start by setting boundaries. Define work hours and stick to them. Use tools like calendars and timers to structure your day around what matters most to you. And most importantly, carve out time for rest and reflection. Your time is yours. Treat it like the treasure it is. Strengthen your mindset. Energy isn't just physical, it's mental. A negative mindset can drain your energy just as much as a demanding job. Reclaiming your energy requires strengthening your mind against the system's constant bombardment. Practice mindfulness to stay present and grounded. Use affirmations to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Surround yourself with people and content that inspire and uplift you. Your thoughts shape your reality. Make them work for you, not against you. Reconnect with nature and others. As we discussed earlier, disconnection drains your energy. Reconnecting with nature, with others, and with yourself is one of the most powerful ways to recharge. Spend time outdoors daily, even if it's just a walk around the block. Seek out meaningful interactions with loved ones. And most importantly, reconnect with yourself through meditation, journaling, or quiet reflection. When you're connected, your energy becomes a force of nature. Reclaiming your energy isn't a one-time act, it's a daily practice. It's about saying no to the distractions and demands that don't serve you and yes to the people, activities, and goals that do. It's about taking back control of your life, one small step at a time. The system relies on your energy to function. The less you give it, the weaker it becomes. So start today. Protect your attention. Simplify your life. Reconnect with what truly matters. Every action you take is a step toward freedom, and the more energy you reclaim, the closer you get to living the life you deserve. In the next section, we'll dive into the power of joy, how reclaiming your happiness can become the ultimate act of resistance. Let's keep going. The best is yet to come. The power of joy. Let's talk about something the system doesn't want you to understand: the sheer transformative power of joy. Joy is more than just a fleeting emotion or a burst of laughter. It's a revolutionary act. In a world that thrives on keeping you drained, distracted, and dissatisfied, choosing joy is the ultimate form of rebellion. Think about it. The system is built to keep you in a constant state of longing. Ads tell you that happiness lies in the next purchase. Work convinces you that fulfillment comes from grinding harder. Social media pushes you to chase likes and validation. All of this keeps you chasing something just out of reach. But joy? Real joy? That's something they can't control. Joy as resistance. Here's the truth: when you're joyful, you're powerful. Joy is an energy source that replenishes itself. It fuels your creativity, strengthens your relationships, and gives you the clarity to see through the system's lies. When you're joyful, you're harder to manipulate. You're less likely to fall for fear-based narratives, and you're more likely to question the status quo. But joy doesn't just resist the system, it dismantles it. The system profits from your dissatisfaction. If you're content with your life, you're not spending money on things you don't need. If you're joyful, you're not looking for external validation. In other words, your happiness is bad for their business. The barriers to joy. So, why does joy feel so elusive? Because the system works overtime to keep it that way. Think about your daily life. How often do you feel truly, deeply joyful? Probably not as often as you'd like. And that's not an accident. The constant barrage of stress, fear, and competition keeps you stuck in survival mode. When you're just trying to get through the day, joy feels like a luxury you can't afford. Even your free time has been co-opted, turned into another opportunity for consumption. Whether it's binge-watching shows or scrolling endlessly through social media, these activities might distract you, but they rarely bring true joy. Rediscovering joy. The good news? Joy isn't something you have to buy or earn. It's already within you, waiting to be unlocked. Reclaiming your joy is about peeling back the layers of distraction and stress to reconnect with what truly matters. Here's how. Find joy in simplicity. Joy doesn't come from extravagant vacations or expensive gadgets. It's found in the small, everyday moments. Watching the sunset, sharing a laugh with a friend, listening to your favorite song. These moments are free, but they're priceless. The key is to slow down and savor them. Stop rushing from one task to the next and take time to appreciate the beauty in your life. Make time for play. When was the last time you played? not for a purpose, not to achieve something, but just for the sheer fun of it. Play isn't just for kids, it's essential for adults too. Dance around your living room. Try a new hobby. Play a board game with friends. Playfulness reawakens your sense of wonder and reminds you that life doesn't always have to be so serious. Surround yourself with joyful people. Energy is contagious. When you're around joyful, uplifting people, their energy rubs off on you. Seek out friends, mentors, or communities that inspire you and make you feel alive. At the same time, set boundaries with those who drain your energy or feed into negativity. Protect your joy like the treasure it is. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a joy amplifier. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Start a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. They don't have to be big sometimes. It's the little things that bring the most joy. Celebrate small wins. We often wait for big milestones to celebrate, but life is full of small victories. Did you finish a project? Celebrate. Did you make time for yourself today? Celebrate. Recognizing these moments of progress keeps you motivated and reminds you that you're moving forward. Disconnect to reconnect. The system thrives on keeping you plugged in social media, streaming platforms, 24/7 notifications. But real joy often comes from unplugging. Turn off your devices and spend time in the real world. Go for a walk in nature, have a heart-to-heart conversation, or simply sit in silence. When you disconnect from the noise, you reconnect with yourself. Create, don't consume. Creation is a direct path to joy. Whether it's cooking a meal, writing a story, or building something with your hands, the act of creating is deeply fulfilling. It reminds you of your power to bring something new into the world. And the best part? It doesn't have to be perfect. Joy comes from the process, not the outcome. Reclaim your inner child. Remember how carefree you felt as a child? Before the system told you who to be, what to want, and how to act. That version of you still exists. Reclaiming your inner child means letting go of judgment and embracing curiosity, wonder, and playfulness. It's about seeing the world with fresh eyes and allowing yourself to feel joy without guilt or hesitation. The ripple effect of joy. Here's the amazing thing about joy. It's contagious. When you're joyful, you inspire others to find their own joy. Your energy lifts up the people around you, creating a ripple effect that spreads far beyond yourself. And that's exactly what the system fears most: a world where people are happy, fulfilled, and no longer dependent on their distractions and lies. Reclaiming your joy isn't just about feeling good. It's about taking back your power. It's about choosing to live life on your terms, not theirs. The system wants you stressed, scared, and stuck, but you don't have to play their game. Joy is your birthright. It's your resistance, and it's your superpower. So what brings you joy? Whatever it is, make time for it. Protect it. Celebrate it. Because in a world designed to drain you, joy is the light that will guide you back to yourself. Now that you see the game, the question is, will you keep playing? Or will you take back what's yours, your energy, your focus, your life? Breaking free isn't easy. It takes courage, effort, and commitment. But every small step you take brings you closer to true freedom. The fact that you're here, listening, means you're already on the path. You're waking up, and that's the first step. So take the next one. Reclaim your energy. Reclaim your life. And remember, you're not alone. Together, we can break the cycle and create something better. If this resonates with you, let's make a pact. Start today. Start now. Let's stop feeding their system and start building a life that's truly ours.